Good evening. Today is Tuesday, September 9th, 2025. This is a regular meeting of the Newburgh Enlarged City School District. I'm John Doré, the board president, and I welcome the community to our meeting, both live and online. First thing up is calling the roll to see who's here.
Ms. Christine Bello.
Here.
Ms. Thomasina Bello. Ms. Boucher.
Here.
Mr. Bergarelli.
Present.
Ms. Burks. Mr. Doré.
Present.
Mr. Howard.
Present.
Mr. Levenstein.
Here.
Ms. Politi.
Here.
Thank you, Mr. McCoy. Before we get into the resolution, a couple of things for today. It's really nice to report positive things, and I work to make sure we have a positive spin on the district. So our day today was visiting schools, and accompanying me was Ray Bergarelli, Phil Howard, and Mackenzie Boucher, and we toured Valesgate School, Heritage, Temple Hill, and New Windsor. We had a lot of doctors with us, Dr. Manning, Dr. Soto, Dr. O'Grady, Dr. Scars. We were surrounded by doctors, and Deputy Onyx Peterson. So we had quite the entourage. But I will tell you, as a board member, we're out there to make sure we're getting our money's worth as taxpayers. And I can tell you, you are. The schools looked beautiful, every single one of them. And they're not new buildings in our district by any means. I think the newest building we were at today was built in 1970. So people go, they work hard, new paint, new construction, new HVAC, new teachers, new principals. We covered a lot of ground, and I will say we were allowed to walk into any room that we like, any closet, any cafeteria, any dining room is a new expression apparently. So any dining room we like, and really quite impressive. You know, we went and spoke with the lunch help. We went and spoke with the teachers. We went and spoke with the principals, and just very, very positive. So you are getting your money's worth. People are out there working very, very hard. The children seem to be engaged in their learning. We went to many different grade levels. So I'll end it there, but thank you, and thank you for the staff that was presented today. They did a wonderful job. Next up, even more positive, I have to say, tonight's a very special night. The evolution of the school board in New York State. I think it was last year there was, I'm going to say, regulation passed that we have to have a school board or a student on the school board. And tonight we're going to make that into a reality with the next two resolutions. So tonight with us is three exceptional young people. I got to meet them yesterday, all on our student government. We have Mr. Ryan Orsino, Tina Wang, who's an alternate, Jamades Morales is with us this evening, and they've worked hard. They've been elected by their student council to represent the student council, and it's very, this is an important thing, because one of the frustrating things about being on the Board of Education is your customers are the students, but you never get to see your customers, really. You can see them at a sporting event, but you never really get to communicate back and forth with them. This is going to go a long way toward bridging that gap. They're going to have their own section of the agenda. They're going to present things to the board, to the public, and they're going to learn that not everything you want, you get, but if you don't ask and you don't explain what you need, that doesn't work either. So we're going to establish some good communication, and not only communication at the board meetings, we're going to communicate regularly with the students. We're going to meet with them, see how they're doing, and really open a good line of communication. So without further ado, we're going to have a couple of resolutions and get Mr. Ryan Orsino onto the board. Not yet. Hold on. We got to do the resolution. Hold on. It's okay. All right. Okay. On 1.2, could we entertain a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion on this motion? Mr. Howard.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. I'd just like to say this is an incredible moment. I've been on this board for 14 years, and I've often heard that, where's the student voice? And I've always said, you can go back in the records and see, I always said that we should have a 10th seat at the board, and that should be the students, and an empty seat that we put aside for the students. But now that empty seat is going to be filled, and it's such an incredible moment, and I'm very excited for the young people that we have selected, that they have selected to serve on our board. And I'm really looking forward to some incredible conversation, letting us see what's really happening 10 toes down, because they can give us the perspective that we don't have. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Howard. Any other comments? Okay, call the vote.
Ms. Boucher,
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli,
Yes.
Mr. DeRay,
Yes.
Mr. Howard,
Yes.
Mr. Levinstein,
Yes.
Ms. Politi,
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello.
Yes.
I'm going to come give the oath of office. Mr. Orsino, if you just come to the podium. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Ryan Orsino,
I, Ryan Orsino,
do solemnly affirm that I will faithfully serve
do solemnly affirm that I will faithfully serve
as the ex officio student board member
as the ex officio student board member
of the Newburgh Enlarged City School District Board of Education,
of the Newburgh Enlarged City School District Board of Education,
in accordance with the Constitution of the United States,
in accordance with the Constitution of the United
the
States,
Constitution of the State of New York,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the laws of the State of New York,
the laws of the State of New York,
and the policies of the Newburgh Enlarged City School District,
and the policies of the Newburgh Enlarged City School
to the
District,
best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
I will fairly represent the interests and concerns of my fellow students
I will fairly represent the interests and concerns of my fellow students
with integrity, honesty, and dedication.
with integrity, honesty, and dedication.
I pledge to uphold the values of our school community,
I pledge to uphold the values of our school community,
to listen with an open mind, and to contribute thoughtfully to discussions.
to listen with an open mind, and to contribute thoughtfully to discussions.
I recognize the importance of my role
I recognize the importance of my role
in advising and informing the board on matters affecting students.
in advising and informing the board on matters affecting students.
I will strive to be a positive role model and leader,
I will strive to be a positive role model and leader,
setting an example of respect, responsibility, and civic engagement for my peers.
setting an example of respect, responsibility, and civic engagement for my peers.
I will perform my duties to the best of my ability,
I will perform my duties to the best of my ability,
always striving to enhance the education experience for all.
always striving to enhance the education experience for all.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Ms. Tina Lang, if you would come to the podium as the alternate one. If you would raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Tina Wang,
I, Tina Wang,
do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will faithfully serve as the ex officio student board member
that I will faithfully serve as the ex officio student board member
of the Newburgh Enlarged City School District Board of Education,
of the Newburgh Enlarged City School District Board of Education,
in accordance with the Constitution of the United States,
in accordance with the Constitution of the United
the
States,
Constitution of the State of New York,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the laws of the State of New York,
the laws of the State of New York,
and the policies of the Newburgh Enlarged City School District to the best of my ability.
and the policies of the Newburgh Enlarged City School District to the best of my ability.
I will faithfully represent the interests and concerns
I will faithfully represent the interests and concerns
of my fellow students with integrity, honesty, and dedication.
of my fellow students with integrity, honesty, and dedication.
I pledge to uphold the values of our school community,
I pledge to uphold the values of our school community,
to listen with an open mind,
to listen with an open mind,
and to contribute thoughtfully to discussion.
and to contribute thoughtfully to discussions.
I recognize the importance of my role in advising and informing the board on matters affecting students.
I recognize the importance of my role in advising and informing the board on matters affecting students.
I will strive to be a positive role model and leader,
I will strive to be a positive role model and leader,
setting an example of respect, responsibility, and civic engagement for my peers.
setting an example of respect, responsibility, and civic engagement for my peers.
I will perform my duties to the best of my ability,
I will perform my duties to the best of my ability,
always striving to enhance the education experience for all.
always striving to enhance the educational experience for all.
Congratulations. I, Jamides Morales,
I, Jamides Morales,
do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will faithfully serve as the ex officio student board member
that I would officially serve as an ex officio student board member
of the Newburgh Enlarged City School District Board of Education,
of the Newburgh Enlargement City School District of Board of Education,
in accordance with the Constitution of the United States,
in accordance with the Constitution of the United
the
States,
Constitution of the State of New York,
the Constitution of the State of New
the
York,
laws of the State of New York,
the laws of the State of New York,
and the policies of the Newburgh Enlarged City School District,
and the policy of the Newburgh Enlargement City School District
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
I will fairly represent the interests and concerns
I would fairly represent the interests and concerns
of my fellow students
of my fellow
with
students
integrity, honesty, and dedication.
with integrity, honesty, and dedication.
I pledge to uphold the values of our school community,
I pledge to uphold the value of our school community,
to listen with an open mind,
to listen with an open
and
mind,
to contribute thoughtfully to discussion.
and to contribute thoughtfully to discussion.
I recognize the importance of my role
I recognize the importance of my role
in advising and informing the board on matters affecting students.
in advising and informing the board on matters affecting students.
I will strive to be a positive role model
I
and
w-
leader,
I will strive to be a positive role model and leader,
setting an example of respect, responsibility, and civic engagement for my peers.
setting an example of respect, responsibility, and civic engagement for my peers.
I will perform my duties to the best of my ability,
I will perform my duties from the best of my ability,
always striving to enhance the education experience for all.
always striving to enhance the educational experience for all.
Congratulations. You guys can come forward and all the board members come forward with it. Yes.
I would have actually. Yeah, she was. Waiting for one.
Okay. Ready? 1, 2. Okay, just for good measure. Thank you.
I'll do my best.
Before we, where did Ryan go? Okay. Before, I thought we were at the podium. Before we move in, you had comments that we'd like to make? No? Okay.
I'd just like to thank my advisors, Ms. Amanda O'Neill and Ms. Karen Rothman, for all the help that they've provided me throughout the years. It means a lot. And I also like to thank the council and Ms. Larkin, amazing teacher. They're not only amazing teachers and advisors, they're also amazing people. So I'd just like to thank them so much for all they do for me and for the people in the council.
Thank you. We are going to move into executive session. Be it resolved that the Board of Education hereby recesses into executive session for the following purpose: matters made confidential under purpose, matters leading to the employment of particular employees or corporations, employment history of employees or corporations, collective bargaining under the Taylor Law, and to obtain advice from legal counsel. Can I get a motion and a second, please?
So moved.
Second. Second. Thank you. Ms. Colroll.
Mr. Bergarelli,
Yes.
Ms. Burks. Yes. Mr. Duray,
Yes.
Mr. Howard,
Yes.
Mr. Levinstein,
Yes.
Ms. Politti,
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello,
Yes.
Ms. Boucher.
Yes.
Thank you. We are back in session. Thank you. Next up is the Pledge of Allegiance. Our newest member, Mr. Ryan Orsino, is going to lead us in the pledge.
I pledge of allegiance
Please remain standing for a moment of silence. Thank you.
All right, this evening, at 6:30, we have a public hearing on 2025-2026 Code of Conduct.
Good evening. We can go to the next slide, please. So for the Code of Conduct for the 25-26 school year, this is an annual review that I'm presenting this evening. So to ensure compliance with Commissioner's Regulation Part 100.2, which basically states that there should be an annual review of the Code of Conduct, and it should include and involve consultation with students, teachers, administrators, parents, school safety, and other school personnel. So that is in effect with our SAVE Committee. So there was a meeting held with the SAVE Committee this year to review the changes that are needed for the Code of Conduct. And we basically wanted to address some emerging safety and behavioral issues and concerns and clarify those expectations for students and staff and families, and of course, to promote equity, consistency, and fairness and discipline. Next slide, please. So the reasons for the changes are basically due to Governor Hochul's policy 5137 as it relates to the cell phone ban. We are a school district that does implement yonder pouches, but we also want to ensure that we are adhering to the new policy 5137. So the Code of Conduct also has to be updated and reflect those changes as well. The second reason for the change has to do with the school safety and educational climate, which is the SSEC, formerly known as VADER. There is a glossary of terms within there, and one of the areas that was missing from our Code of Conduct was a threat of school violence other than a bomb threat or a false alarm. So it's when a student makes a serious statement, message, or gesture about hurting someone or damaging property that causes others to feel unsafe. So we also updated that as well. Next slide, please. So the proposed changes would come to item 43 in our Code of Conduct. It's here, you can read it. I can read it for you as well. Unauthorized possession, use, and/or display of electronic devices, including and/or internet-enabled devices, but not limited to lighters, portable speakers, Walkmans, light or laser pointers, or any item which does not have an educational purpose and is a potential threat to others or is potentially disruptive to others during the school day. Internet-enabled devices means and includes, but is not limited to, smartphones, tablets, smart watches, and other wearable devices or other devices that currently exist or may exist in the future that are capable of connecting to the internet and establishing the user, and enabling the user to access content online. It does not include non-internet enabled devices which cannot connect to the internet or enable the user to access content on the internet or internet-enabled devices supplied by the district or BOCES that are used for educational purposes. So please understand, next slide, and then we'll come back to this one. Earbuds cannot connect to the internet. They are not internet-enabled devices. Earbuds connect to your telephones. They can connect to a Chromebook when you access them, but they do not directly connect to the internet. Here's all the reasons why they don't. So please understand that is why earbuds is not included within this policy. They cannot connect themselves to the internet. Can we go back one slide, please? Thank you. So also we've added the infraction or the offense 13, which is a threat of school violence. Again, other than a bomb threat or a false alarm has also been added. You can proceed. Again, earbuds do not have an operating system within them. I think it's also important to include that a lot of students may wear earbuds or headphones on their heads because they kind of akin them to, what's the word I'm looking for? A hoodie, and they feel safe with them. The other thing that's really cool about earbuds and headphones, and Joe McGrath taught me this, so I'm going to give him the credit for it because it was pretty cool, is that it is a noise canceling device. So let me make sure I say it right. You say it?
Okay. Didn't know there'd be a test. So the way noise canceling devices work, if you think about the way that sound wears, this is why, by the way, you need to study and learn things because you can learn how the world works. The way that sound works in waves. So there's a wave. What noise canceling headphones do is they listen for that wave and they mimic it in reverse. So a wave of the exact opposite amplitude cancels that. So they don't try and shun noise, they actually cancel the wavelengths by doing an inverse wavelength. Fascinating.
That's so cool. So again, students do sometimes wear earbuds or headphones because they may have issues with noise and may need to cancel some of the noise out around them. But again, earbuds cannot connect. They have no connectivity right to the internet. Next slide, please. So who met to review and discuss? District leadership, the SAVE committee, Director of Pupil Personnel Services, parents, 2 student representatives, and we had our legal representative there too. Next slide, please. So the purpose of meeting, again, is just to adhere to the Commissioner's Regulation 100.2 to ensure we have all voices at the table at all time whenever we are reviewing the Code of Conduct. Next slide, please. Timeline moving forward. So the Code of Conduct will be revised. It is translated in both English and Spanish. We should have them to all buildings by September 30th once the board does approve our proposed changes. In September and October, and ongoing throughout the school year, building level principals will meet with students and teachers and go over the Code of Conduct, and we will also provide an abridged version, which was that small pocketed version as well. Questions? Next slide.
Does the public have any questions? Tracy Wallace.
Yeah, I have a question.
No, I can't see. Mr. Ron, could you come to the podium, please?
Am I allowed to speak or just ask a question? Okay. So, good evening. My name is David Ryan. I rise tonight not to argue about personalities, but to focus on the process and accountability. The Code of Conduct is more than a policy. It's the framework by which this district treats its students, families, and staff. The revisions before you look comprehensive. They expand prohibitions on personal electronic devices like smartphones, earbuds, smartwatches. They add provisions against threat of violence beyond bomb scares. They commit the district to annual review with input from students, parents, and the SAVE Committee. On paper, that seems thorough, but policy language only matters if the reality matches. The code itself promises that discipline will be caring and equitable, respectful, and trust. That is the standard you set for students and families, and it must also be the standard by which this board and administration conduct themselves. If the lived experience in this district is humiliation instead of dignity, ostracism instead of inclusion, or mortification instead of fairness, then no number of revisions matter. Students and parents will see through it. Staff will see through it. The community will see through it. So the question is simple. I did have a question. Will this board live up to the values written in this document when it matters most? Not in drafting, but in practice. Will you show that respect is more than words on a page? That it's truly a contract with the people of Newburgh? Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Wallace.
I thought at the hearing that we could make comments, not just questions, but I had a comment. I was going to talk about the disproportionality in our district. And so I just wanted to bring up some data. Black students make up about 15% of the public school enrollment, represent about 40% of suspensions nationwide. Not just, I also wanted to give some data on people with disabilities. 15.9% are enrollment people with disabilities. And out of the 15.9%, boys with disabilities enrollment are 65.2%. And in-school suspensions, boys with disabilities are in-school suspensions 77.6%, 79% are out-of-school suspensions, and 79.9% are expulsions. Girls with disabilities are much lower. The reason why I'm bringing up data and statistics is because the way our code of conduct is written and the levels of discipline are concerning in the code of conduct and the way that it's written. I brought up during the, and then going back into reference to our presentation on our internet-enabled devices, I questioned at the SAVE Committee the way in which the levels of discipline are going to be implemented in the district with our students, as far as who's going to get a verbal warning, who's going to get their phones taken away, whose parents can come in and pick up that phone, whose students need that phone to walk home, and then what are these, and I know you can't have suspensions on phones and internet-enabled devices, but what do these different levels, when we're adopting these policies, how they are coming to practice really affects our students. And so I just wanted to make that comment that keep in mind the statistics of the disproportionate amount of suspensions as far as our code of conduct, the way it is, the way we have our code of conduct. It leaves a lot of room for the way in which we interpret our code of conduct and the way in which we are implementing them in our schools. And so my comment is that I hope that the district can review the code of conduct, not just, I know we have to adopt the code of conduct, but in review of the code of conduct, in the way that it is written, in the different levels, and the small amount in each level that it has interventions. And so on each level of intervention, it is unclear to me, at least, those interventions, when those interventions are being used, when those interventions are in practice in our district, and how it affects our students. And because of our low graduation rates and our high suspensions on disproportionality in our code of conduct, I'm hoping that we can review the code of conduct and revisit this, and then review and hopefully from the whole board's perspective and get the students' perspective on revising this code of conduct this year and revising it in a way that we can make more clear at least the interventions piece and more clear the levels of discipline, a little more clear as far as infractions and what does that mean. Thank you.
Thank you. Would anyone else from the public have a question or a comment? Okay, the public hearing is now closed. Next item up is item 4.1, public comment on agenda items.
First person signed up to speak on agenda items is Mr. David Ryan.
I'll pass, thank you.
Thank you. The next person signed up to speak on agenda items is Ms. Tracy Wallace.
I want to speak on the, I don't have the agenda in front of me, but the agenda item, thank you, the agenda item on the hiring of Sarah Silverman for exceptional learners. I don't have the exact resolution on it, but I do want to say that exceptional learners is really suffering as far as the students' placement, as far as the students' hearings, and compliance right now, exceptional learners. So I just want to say thank you for their moving forward with hiring someone into this position. I'm not speaking on any individual, I'm just in this position. And I'm hoping that the district can also see the need for the other positions that we really need as far as teachers' assistants and consideration of what the teachers need in our district right now in order for them to be in the classrooms and help, which would be a contract. And I'm hoping that the district can see that to expedite this a little bit more quickly, a little bit more smoothly, so that our students can have the needed teachers in the classroom. And I'm hoping that you can also work with your district in hiring more people on the exceptional learners and more teachers' assistants, and be mindful of who you hire, at least for teachers' assistants, because we have a lot of burnouts. And so I'm hoping that the district can find and assist and help people that retain these teachers, as well as hiring new ones. And I support the teachers, and I hope that they get a contract soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
The next person signed up to speak is Ms. Dawn Fuchek.
Good evening. My name is Dawn Fuchek. I'm a resident of the town of Newburgh. I'd like to first start by extending a warm welcome back to our superintendent, Dr. Manning Campbell. This has been a challenging time for our district, and your return brings much-needed stability and continuity of leadership. I am hopeful that we can now move forward together with a renewed focus on student achievement, supporting our educators, and strengthening trust within our community. It's encouraging to see a number of positive student-focused items on this evening's agenda. I also appreciate that several of the concerns I have been raising in the past have been addressed, and I thank you for your responsiveness. Items 6.1 and 7.2. I'd like to express my gratitude for sharing of the reorganization chart, as well as for the board's public opposition to the proposed New Dawn Charter High School. It is critical that the community understands this district's position on this matter and the significant harm that such charter school could bring to Newburgh if it were approved. I'd like to acknowledge that it appears that Dr. Manning Campbell has engaged in meaningful reflection during her leave. Since her return, it is clear that she has spent considerable time collaborating with Ms. Onyx Peterson. I draw this conclusion based on the items presented in tonight's agenda, as well as the Curriculum Committee agenda scheduled for tomorrow. Item 9.5. With Dr. Manning Campbell's extensive background in human resources, it is evident that she has been assessing the structure of the HR department even prior to her leave. Tonight's agenda reflects newly proposed titles, and I look forward to learning more about how these positions will strengthen recruitment and retention, support labor management, and enhance the daily operations of the division. Tomorrow's Curriculum Committee agenda appears to outline a clear roadmap identifying a foundational literacy program and sharing a comprehensive vision for instructional resources across the elementary, middle, and high school levels, resources that are directly aligned with the needs of our students. Item 9.9, it is no secret that the district has faced ongoing challenges in maintaining consistent staffing within the finance division. The creation of a new position suggests that the reorganization of that department is underway, and I look forward to understanding these proposed changes so that the community can better support a stable, well-functioning team that meets the district's fiduciary responsibilities. Lastly, I want to emphasize that the questions I raise at these meetings are not meant to criticize, but to gain clarity around the district's direction. This helps me and the community at large to better understand and support your efforts to ensure success for all of our students. Taken together, the direction outlined in tonight's agenda and tomorrow's Curriculum Committee agenda gives me renewed hope for both our students and our staff. Thank you.
Thank you.
There's nobody else signed up to speak on agenda items. If you would like to address the board on agenda items, please come to the podium.
Thank you. We'll move on to non-agenda items.
The first person signed up to speak on non-agenda items is Ms. Mackenzie Boucher.
Thank you. I first became involved in unified sports at its inception in 2017 when unified basketball was brought on as a spring sport. I had just moved back to Newburgh post-college, and the coaches wanted the players to have a full sport experience and asked if anyone would help serve dinner to the students post-game. I remember sitting through that game in awe of the joy I got to experience with these students playing this sport. Over the years, bowling has been added as a winter sport, and a volunteer cheer team has become a part of each season. The theme each season remains the same. It is a space that is full of inclusivity and where you truly get to see the best of what we offer as a district. Conversations about unified bocce ball began last November. In November of 2024, the former athletic director advised that he had unified bocce as a proposed team for next year to be added to the budget. As someone who had been involved with unified sports over the years, I sent an email on April 2nd prior to the budget being finalized to ensure that bocce ball was included in the budget. I received an email back from Dr. Soto on April 3rd saying, "We have added bocce ball to the budget. As of now, it is not a Section 9 sport and we are awaiting approval. If approved, we will move forward with creating a unified sports program for bocce ball." I sent that email because parents and coaches were worried about this specific scenario happening. Now, after coaches and parents have reached out for clarity, they are being told by the current athletic director that unified bocce ball is not in the budget. There are 6 meets total, 2 of which are to be here in Newburgh. The athletes don't need uniforms, and the coaches are willing to accept a lesser salary, even though they should be compensated as other coaches are. This shows their commitment to ensure their students, who are widely not accepted into other sports teams, have a chance to be student athletes and earn their varsity letters. I do not believe we would be this careless or dismissive of any other sports team. In the last few months, we have added positions that were not in the budget, like the director of physical education, hired a PR firm, and found money for other things, yet it appears we are unwilling to fund something that is of benefit to these students. To me, this is unacceptable. Their first meet is supposed to be September 17th, so I implore the rest of the board to think about the outcome you'd like here and suggest this be an item added to tonight's agenda. I also implore you all to come to these games because these kids are truly amazing. Thank you.
Mr. David Ryan.
Good evening. My name is David Ryan. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I'm an American. I'm a Newburgh citizen. I'm a Newburgh taxpayer. I'm a parent of a student, and I have the right to speak. I stand here pro se. No lawyer, no curtain, no one else's voice, just me standing on that right. And I say it plainly. This is not about personalities. This is about process. On August 26th, I stood at this very microphone and was interrupted, cut off, humiliated in front of this community and wider. That moment wasn't just about me. It was a warning to every student, every parent, every teacher and taxpayer watching. Speak out, and you risk being silenced. That is not fair process. That is not accountability. That is intimidation. And let me be clear. What you will receive later tonight, excuse me, because I expected to go after this person, but what you will receive later this evening is intended to make sure that no one in this community experiences what I experienced here 2 weeks ago. And let's be honest, this isn't the first time. Patterns matter. When voices are stifled, when rules are bent, when silence follows lawful notice, those choices are not mistakes. Each time the board had a chance to choose their fairness. Each time it chose something else. Now, I won't stand here and give away what comes next. That's not my job. Maybe the commissioner. But let's put it this way. The law is not a buffet. Education law 1709 does not hand out privileges. It imposes duties. Robert's Rules number 16 isn't a weapon to cut off debate like we did with Ms. Bello last meeting. And when humiliation and retaliation become the response to participation, the law does not look away. Sometimes it feels a little like Oz in this room. The smoke, the fire, the booming voice behind the curtain for months and then all of a sudden magically reappearing. But eventually the curtain slips. And we find out they've been in contact with the administration the whole time they were on suspension. The curtain slips. And once the munchkins here see who's been pulling the levers, there's no going back. It's on the record. We all know this story all too well. So let me finish the way I began. I'm an American. I'm a Newburgh citizen. I'm a taxpayer, and I'm a parent. Tonight I use that, and I'm a parent, and I have the right to speak. We all have the right to speak. Tonight I use that right not to trade insults, not to drag names through the mud, but to remind you that respect is a contract. Respect is a contract. Respect is a contract. You have that contract with students, teachers, staff, and taxpayers. Break that contract, and the consequences will follow. Honor it, and just maybe, you can restore the trust of the students, the teachers, the taxpayers, and the staff. Thank you. The choice is yours.
The next person on non-agenda items is Ms. Tracy Wallace.
Hi. There was a few issues I wanted to talk about. I want to agree with a board member. I know I can't say names. I agree with everything that she said. I want to add to that. Why inclusive sports matter. Sports create community, belonging, and teamwork. Students with disabilities and diverse abilities often face barriers to participation in traditional athletics. Inclusive sports ensures every student has a chance to play and succeed. Why bocce ball? It's a low impact and easy to learn, adaptable for students with mobility, vision, or cognitive differences. Can be played indoors, outdoors, and all year round. It promotes social interaction and teamwork. Bocce ball and Special Olympics. Bocce is a recognized Special Olympic unified sport. Unified sports bring students with and without disabilities together on the same team. It promotes friendship, leadership, and inclusion. I too am confused as to why this was not included in our school district. This would benefit our school district in many ways, and I was disheartened to find out that it was not included in our budget. The second point I wanted to make was, and I didn't mean to compare it, I know that someone just compared two things, I'm trying to separate them. Last week we had a discussion on hiring a PR firm, and I'm going to still support the reasons why we need to retain teachers, we need to hire teachers, and, there's a lot of bad press out there, and I understand that we need to address these issues. However, there were two board members that brought up something. One of them had a RFP question, and another had a question on hiring someone. And I'm not defending anyone. I'm asking the board that regardless of who speaks, if there is an issue with any board member, I think that it would cause no harm to table something and talk about it. So even though I did support before any of the board members spoke, I wish I did hear what they had to say before I spoke, because we do need a PR firm. We do need this for many reasons, and I do support the reasons why we do need it, but we also need a lot of other things in our district, including bocce ball, not to, again, compare the two, but I wish that instead of the current board, rushing to make decisions, that sometimes during discussion, if we do hear something, is no cause and harm in tabling something, just to at least have that discussion, so that we can make sure that our district is listening to everyone and including everything needed to make that decision. Even if you still were going to vote yes on it, I'm just asking that if the district can just, listen to what everyone has to say first, and then just table it just for further discussion. Thank you.
Ms. Dawn Fuchek.
Dawn Fuchek, Town of Newburgh. I'd like to begin tonight by thanking Ms. Onyx Peterson for stepping forward to lead this district during the superintendent's absence. Your leadership provided a warm, welcoming, and stabilizing climate. From the direction you established, it is clear that you had a unified plan focused on improving student outcomes, and for that I am truly grateful. It is no secret that in the recent months, different groups within our community have formed, each believing that they have the right answer for advancing student achievement. As we sit here tonight, my hope is that those individual camps will come together to create a shared vision, one that is centered on improving outcomes for our diverse student population. As we move forward, I believe it's essential that we renew the healing process and build a culture where students can learn and teachers can teach in a welcoming, affirming environment, an environment where all voices are heard, where people feel valued and respected. Please know that I value and respect each and every one of you, our administrators, our teachers, our CSEA employees, our board members, all of you. I have faith that now that Dr. Manning Campbell is back, conversations to settle the teacher's contract will once again move forward and end culminating in a fair and equitable agreement for all parties. Rebuilding trust is difficult work, but it is also essential. If we want to move forward and be successful in ensuring the success of every student who walks through our doors, we must find a way to work collaboratively. I look forward to working side by side with all of you as true partners, ensuring that every student in the Newburgh and Large City School District not only succeeds here, but thrives well beyond their time with us. Thank you.
Ms. Crystal Sankiewicz.
Good evening. My name is Crystal Senkowicz, a resident of New Windsor, New York. Pursuant to Education Law 310 and the authority of the Commissioner of Education, I am here in my capacity as a process server. On behalf of David Ryan, I am serving the verified petition and exhibits in matter number NBG NECSD REIN 202-50826. The following entities and individuals in both their official and personal capacities are hereby officially being served. The Newburgh Enlarged City School District, the Newburgh Enlarged City School District Board of Education, Dr. Jacqueline Manning Campbell, Superintendent of Schools, Mrs. Onyx Pearson, Deputy Superintendent of Schools, Trustee Philip Howard, Trustee Letitia Politi, Trustee Ray Bergeri, Trustee John Dory, Trustee Mark Levenstein, Trustee Sadie Burks, the remaining trustees, Mr. Matthew McCoy, Clerk of the Board's Attorney. You are all hereby officially served. I'm supposed to give this to you. Thank you.
The next person signed up to speak is Miss Angela Paul Gato.
Hi, my name is Angela Paul Gato. I'm a Newburgh town resident. I'm a business owner in the city of Newburgh, and I have now still one kid in the system in NFA. So my message right now is going to look a little stupid after you being served, guys, but still going to welcome back Dr. Campbell. It was neither right nor fair the way you were suspended in the first place, and a lot of unnecessary time, money, and energy was spent because of that decision. Seems it's going to be spent more now. I also want to thank Ms. Peterson for stepping in and bringing back some sense of normalcy. We needed that, and we needed you. Now things may feel more boring until just right now, but that's exactly what we were hoping for in a board meeting. We were hoping for stability and focus. My hope was that we can start fresh, move forward, and keep our attention on what truly matters, our kids and our district. This is not a game, and we should not be working in an environment divided into two teams, whether on a board or in the audience. Unfortunately, fear, rumors, and lies continue to circulate on social media, but that noise should not distract us from our shared commitment to equality, fairness, and excellence, not only for our students, but also for our teachers, directors, and staff. We may not always agree on every issue, but we can and should disagree with civility and respect. That's how we will move forward together. Thank you.
There is nobody else signed up to speak on non-agenda items. If you would like to speak on non-agenda items, please come to the podium.
Thank you. We're moving on to item 6, Superintendent, Dr. Manning.
Thank you and good evening. Nice to see all of you here tonight. We had an opportunity to see most of you, but we are getting around. Our show is moving forward throughout the week, so we look forward to seeing many of you. Also like to take this opportunity to thank you for the work that you do. We honor and recognize you and know that we can't do this work without you, and thank you for all that you do. This evening, we have our organizational chart up. We're hoping in the spirit of pure transparency that you're able to see the divisions, who we are, what we do. One of the things that we will attempt to work on this year, now that we have a little bit, hopefully some more help soon, is to have a who's who in central office, and so everyone knows what our functions are, who you can get in touch with, and that's really to help the community of learners to ensure that you know who to contact for what issue, so you're not calling and being routed to someone else. You have the person directly who's responsible for your need. I'm super excited to be back. I'm very exhausted, I have to tell you. It's nice. We got an opportunity to tour perhaps maybe 10 or 12 buildings over the past couple of days, and it's really great to be back. Welcome. We had an opportunity to meet with our student members, with some members of the board leadership yesterday, and we're super excited that Ryan is here to join us, so thank you.
I just want to thank you all for having me. The honor is all mine. I'd like to thank everyone for coming. I love the Newburgh spirit, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ryan. We're looking forward to continuing our conversation. We'll continue with our school visits this week. One of the trustees indicated we were continuing to do some, quick visits, and someone, Mr. Howard, indicated that, we were only doing these 15-minute visits and we didn't get an opportunity to go into classrooms or to really speak to people, so we have extended and now we are doing it for the week. So we thank you. But we're enjoying it because we really get an opportunity to go in, to see people, and I think that's what's really important, so we have an understanding of what you all do. So thank you for that. Thank you for welcoming us, and we look forward to continuing our tour. We are looking forward to our football game this Friday. I will be there. Dr. Sklarz will be sending something out. I will be in the stands to have some community conversations with my pom-poms. So I'm looking forward to being there. If you're there, please feel free, come over. Some of you I don't get an opportunity to really speak to because we're moving through the building so quickly, but please feel free. We'll probably identify where I am in the stands so that folks can come on over. So I'm looking forward to that. That'll be about 5:30, right before the game. But I have to tell you that during the game, I am locked in. I will be on that field, on the sidelines, just to let you know. So please understand that when it starts, I'm on the field. I did miss that. We also, just a reminder, there will be a public hearing on the charter school proposal next Tuesday, September 16th at 6 p.m. And I will close by having Ms. Peterson speak about her wonderful presentation in the community on Saturday.
So good evening, everybody. This was a very special Saturday for me. I spent my day with members of the Newburgh team, the FACE team, at Iglesia de Dios Central de Newburgh. I'm trying to make sure that I'm saying that, which is a very big church within our community. And they had their first annual conference about education. So first I'd like to thank Dr. Sarah Van and Maria Van Reyes for inviting the district to be a part of their conference, and a special thank you to Dr. Pena, the executive pastor at the Church of God in Christ in Newburgh. And what was really special and unique is that this was a bilingual conference. It was attended by the Associate Superintendent of Bilingual Education in World Languages. We also had many people from the REBURN, the New York City Regional Association for Bilingual Education. We also had presenters, and I'd like to thank Dr. Isabel Carlos Vasquez. She presented alongside of me during this conference. And what was really special and unique is that we got to present to 50 families within our community in their language, which was very interesting to do a bilingual. We were welcomed with open arms. Our FACE team got to connect and help our parents through some of the parent portal and welcome back information. And we really hope to just continue to build this relationship. We stress the importance of attendance and preparedness for education. We also spoke about the opportunities within the district that we wanted our families to take a part of. So we're just hoping that this is a seed that continues to grow for our community so that everyone can be heard and their concerns can be raised. Thank you.
Thank you. My apologies. I have items 6.2 through 6.4 for your consideration.
Would any member like to separate out 6.2 to 6.4? Any discussion on 6.2 to 6.4? Yeah.
6.2 to 6.4, yes. Discussion?
Which one do you want to separate?
Well, I'm gonna pull out 6.4, I'm sorry, 6.4.
Okay, can we get a motion and a second on 6.2 and 6.3 then?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion on 6.2 to 6.3?
Roll call, Ms. Burks?
Yes.
Mr. Duray?
Yes.
Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Mr. Levinstein?
Yes.
Ms. Politi?
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Thomasina Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Boucher?
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli?
Yes. 6.4.
Thank you, Mr. President. Can we get a description, bully prevention liaisons, and the difference of the DASA building coordinators, and do they work together, and what that entails?
I'm going to go backwards, Phil, and I apologize. We need a motion and a second on 6.4.
So moved.
Second.
Now discussion on 6.4.
That. You restate it?
Please.
Oh. Okay, thank you. The bully prevention liaisons, can someone give a description of that position in relation to the DASA coordinator, and do they work together in buildings?
So they do work together in the buildings. The bully prevention liaison supports anti-bullying education and support for the building for all students. The DASA coordinators are usually administrators, and they are the assistant principals in every single building.
Thank you.
Mr. Levinstein, go ahead, I'm sorry.
So I just want to be clear, is the bully liaison someone that a student or a parent can approach to have their problems looked into?
Yes, students can approach them first as well, but they also just help with supporting education, bullying education and prevention as well within the building, along with the administrators in the building too. But yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any further discussion on the item?
Roll call, Mr. Duray?
Yes.
Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Mr. Levinstein?
Yes.
Ms. Politi?
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Thomasina Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Boucher?
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli?
Yes.
Ms. Burks?
Yes.
Thank you. 6.5.
Okay, now I have 6.5. I present policies of the Newburgh Free Library for discussion. Thank you.
Thank you. This is a discussion item only. Does anyone have any discussion on this item? My input is that these were reviewed by the library committee and vetted, and that's why they're on the agenda, so they have been reviewed. No further discussion. Okay.
That concludes my items. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Item 7 is Board President. 7.1, discussion item, first reading of policy 0111, Title IX, sexual discrimination for students. It's a discussion item only. Any discussion on this item? Mr. Levinstein.
So this is a new policy, correct, that we're going forward with? And maybe we can explain why we're going forward, why this needs to go forward.
Well, I'll defer to Mr. Shaw, but I believe it's a difference between the administrations that we have. So, Mr. Shaw.
That's correct. What we need to do is go back to the Trump first administration regulations to have this policy written in compliance with that. We had a Biden administration policy written. There was a court case in Tennessee which struck down the Biden administration regulations under Title IX. It was of national import. So this brings us back to compliance with Title IX as it's intended currently federally.
Thank you.
Any other questions or discussion? Okay, that concludes that. Item 7.2 is a resolution to oppose the creation of New Dawn Charter High School 3. Can I get a motion and a second, please?
So
So
moved.
moved.
Second. Thank you. Any discussion on this item?
So I just want to say, for clarification of the board and the public, when we vote yes to this, a yes is to oppose the charter school, so there is no misinformation. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Thank you.
I am going to read the resolution.
Go ahead.
Whereas an application was submitted to the New York State Education Department in July 2025 to establish a charter school within the Newburgh Enlarged City School District, New Dawn Charter High School 3, to serve overaged and undercredited high school students. And whereas, as required, a public hearing was held on August 26, 2025 on the proposed establishment of the New Dawn Charter High School 3, and a second public hearing has been scheduled for September 16, 2025, to allow for additional public comment. Therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Education of the Newburgh Enlarged City School District expresses its strong commitment to public education and its strong opposition to the establishment of the New Dawn Charter High School 3 within NECSD, as it would cause harm to our students and our schools. 1, the charter school would divert millions of dollars from NECSD, estimated at $9.6 million if and when at full capacity, as well as the cost of transportation, special education, and other instructional resources. At this time of uncertainty regarding federal funds for education, the consequences to the district, its students and taxpayers could be devastating. 2, NECSD offers comprehensive supports to our overaged and undercredited students. The proposed charter school's target population, including outstanding career and technical education internships, work-based learning, evening school, credit recovery, college and career counseling, and other options. With the new CTE building expected to be open in a year, there will be more and better CTE offerings for students to explore, whether on a college trajectory or career pathway. The proposed charter school would duplicate NECSD's efforts and programs at additional cost to the district, its students, and its taxpayers. There is no evidence that charter schools outperform public schools, and in fact, a previous charter school with the same target population failed at great expense to the district. We enthusiastically believe in public education for all students and the importance of protecting NECSD's children and the future. Mr. Howard, no, you're good? Any further discussion on this item? Call the roll.
Roll call, Mr. Howard,
Yes.
Mr. Levenstein.
Yes.
Ms. Politi,
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello,
Yes.
Ms. Thomasina Bello,
Yes.
Ms. Boucher,
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli,
Yes.
Ms. Burks,
Yes.
Mr. DeRay.
Yes. Thank you. We'll move on to 7.3, discussion item only, board goals. It is a requirement for the board to have goals that we set at the beginning of the school year, and further on after that, the superintendent also has goals that she will align with the board's goals. So for this evening, this is just a discussion item. I have circulated a couple of sample-type goals. If anybody has any comments, discussions, please raise your hand. Ms. Boucher.
So I widely agree with the goals that you sent out, and I don't know if you have them and want to, read them publicly, but I do think that we have to be aware of some form of quantitative measure for them, right? Because if we use just the word improvement, what does that mean? That's super subjective to everyone. And with that, I think we need to look at like a 5-year plan of what's the percentage increase that we're looking for in literacy, graduation rate, all of those things. Obviously, it has to be something that is attainable. Like, we can't say we want 10% growth in 1 year, because that will never happen. I mean, it might. I won't use the word never, but that's a big goal to hit in 1 year. So I think that we should look at what maybe other districts that had a large increase in graduation rates and literacy rates over a span of a 5 to 10 year period were, how they measured out their goals, and attempt to maybe emulate some form of that with ourselves.
Thank you. Ms. Politi.
Yes, I'd also like to comment. I do like the goals that were sent out, and I concur. I think it's, with my colleague Mackenzie, I think it is a good idea to have a further out projection, maybe a 5-year plan in the background while we're only doing board goals for 1 year at a time. But I will clarify, as a teacher, we are not governed by metrics. We are governed by the heady bands: highly effective, developing, or ineffective. And in order to rate those, we have to show evidence. So the state holds us accountable in terms of metrics, but the board holds the district in terms of heady bands, the same way that the educators are all held in that way.
Mr. Levinstein.
So, yes, I do like the direction of these goals. Just a couple of points that I made on these, maybe that could be worked on or added to, like the academic achievement goal. It's marked basically to improve proficiency rates in the New York State ELA and math assessments across all groups, but I think we should add improved graduation rates in that section. The other stuff with balanced budget goal, the way it's written, it's to ensure the district closes a fiscal year with a balanced budget. Basically, a district opens the year with a balanced budget, and it is balanced at the end. There may be places that surplus funds or deficit funds are put. So I think it needs to be changed, the wording. And the second part of that particular statement, it says reducing year-over-year reliance on fund balance and reserves. So that is great, but if we do have surpluses, we should offset possible tax raises by using that. And in this, the way it's written, it's saying, no, we want to reduce our reliance on them. And I believe that is good to do, but I'd rather not see money in over putting it in reserves if it can offset a tax raise. And the other thing is 1 and 4, I think they're both fiscal items, and those could be combined to have one. So that's all my.
Thank you. If you do, Mr. Levinstein, if you have changes, please submit them. Okay, that is what this is about.
Okay.
Just to put this on a timeline before calling, we're going to vote on this on the 30th, but we're probably going to be doing agenda setting the Wednesday before that. So we're going to have all this finalized before that. So any comments, questions?
Well, maybe then everyone should look that over and submit it to you, and you'll be the clearinghouse of all this?
Then we'll discuss.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mr. Howard.
Thank you, Mr. President. I too like the direction of the goals as each of my previous colleagues have suggested. But I do agree with Ms. Boucher and Ms. Politi in regards to putting quantifiers in there, understanding that when we complete our goals, the superintendent will be judged on her ability to show effectiveness. So we have to have something in those goals to show that she is being effective, because when we do the evaluations at the end of the year, to truly evaluate her, we need to have those quantifiers in there so we can see whether she. Give me the headies again.
So So the metrics, I wanted to speak to that. The metrics are what the state give us, right? Of what is proficient and what's not. But the
Correct.
heady bands are what we evaluate educators on.
That is correct.
So highly effective, effective, developing, or ineffective. And then the educator and the evaluator both need to show evidence of why they feel that it is in that place.
That is correct, and that's the tool that we use for our superintendent's eval. So I think for us to put the quantifiers in there would be helpful.
Thank you. Any other discussion on this item? Okay, so again, review the timeline. We're going to vote on the 30th. We're going to do the agenda 7 days before that. Any comments, questions?
Mr. Ray, that's a holiday, I believe, that Wednesday, just so you know.
Okay. All right, so we're going to do the agenda setting on Thursday that week. Okay. Okay. All right. Ms. Boucher, one.
So just to put a date, you want us to get our edits or suggestions to you by the 22nd? That's the Monday.
At the max.
At the max.
We need to be able to discuss it. That's
Noted.
against the wall.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, moving on. Next up, clerk of the board.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have the approval of minutes from August 26th and September 3rd.
Thank you. Get a motion and a second on 8-1 and 8-2, please.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll.
Roll call on the minutes. Mr. Levinstein?
Yes.
Ms. Politi?
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Thomasina Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Boucher?
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli?
Yes.
Ms. Burks?
Yes.
Mr. DeRay?
Yes.
Mr. Howard?
Yes.
That concludes my items, Mr. President.
Thank you, sir. Moving on to 9, human resources. Ms. Peterson?
Hello, I have items 9.1 to 9.14 for your consent this evening.
Thank you. Would anyone like to separate out any 9-1 to 9-4? Ms. Bello?
914?
Say that again, I'm sorry.
9.14?
Okay. Ms. Boucher?
9.9?
9.9. Okay. 9.14, 9.9. On 9.1 to 9.14 minus 9.14 and 9.9.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion on these items? Mr. Levinstein.
So, Ms. Peterson, is the following an accurate description of the human resources agenda as written being presented tonight? HR agenda items A through I, including appointments, change of statuses, end of assignments, leave of absences, and resignations. Supplemental memorandum of agreement between the district and the CSEA. Approve a specialized reading instruction appointment to support students with IEPs in Bombville. Approve the following: after-school alternative instruction programs, positions funded by federal funds, supervisor of exceptional learners, 9th grade transition orientation appointments for NFA West. Approve 4 teachers on special assignment as instructional coaches to support our teachers, 2 at Bombville and 2 at South Middle School, dependent on Title I Coaching for Excellence grant, and create the following positions: 4 positions in Human Resources, Director of Business Operations, and a teacher on special assignment as Empire Program Facilitator for 25-26, funded by Empire Grant. Is this correct, Ms. Peterson?
You know it is, Mr. Levinstein. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any further discussion on 9.1 to 9.14 minus 9.14 and 9.9?
Roll call, Ms. Politi?
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Thomasina Bello,
Yes.
Ms. Boucher,
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli,
Yes.
Ms. Burks,
Yes.
Mr. Duray,
Yes.
Mr. Howard,
Yes.
Mr. Levinstein.
Yes.
Thank you. 9.9, can I get a motion and a second on 9.9?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Discussion on 9.9. Ms. Boucher.
Ms. Roaring, can you let me know if this was a budgeted position?
It replaces the budgeted position, so there are funds available.
Okay, so the funds, I see it's being pulled from the general funds. No jobs are going to become unfunded except for the one it's replacing, correct?
Exactly.
Okay. In my own good faith, I just want to make note, I'm voting no on this because I can't see that we should be adding another central office position when we haven't fully executed a contract with the NTA. So my vote for this will be no.
Thank you. Any further discussion on 9.9?
Roll call, Ms. Christine Bello,
No.
Ms. Thomasina Bello,
No.
Ms. Boucher,
No.
Mr. Bergarelli,
Yes.
Ms. Burks,
No.
Mr. Duray,
Yes.
Mr. Howard,
Yes.
Mr. Levinstein,
Yes.
Ms. Politi.
Yes.
That item passes.
Thank you. Can I have a motion and a second on 9.14, please?
Motion.
Second.
Thank you. Discussion on 9.14?
Yes.
Ms. Bella.
Given that this public employee contract was not posted within the legally required 24 hours for public review, I'd like to make a motion to table.
Second.
There's a motion.
Oh.
There's a motion to table.
There's no discussion on tabling. Ms. Boucher,
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli,
No.
Ms. Burks,
No.
Mr. Duray,
No.
Mr. Howard,
No.
Mr. Levinstein,
No.
Ms. Politi,
No.
Ms. Christine Bello,
To table,
correct.
yes.
Ms. Thomasina Bello,
Yes.
motion to table fails.
Point.
9.14 is on the floor, sir.
Yes.
So this is not a contracted position, it's a union position through the contract that already exists, and this was up as a TBD. So the only thing that changed was we added a name based on the final interviews. So it's not an extended contract, it is part of a bargaining unit.
Ms. Bella.
When I left, as late as 4 o'clock, there was no contract posted.
There's no contract. It's part of the administration and supervisors contract. It's their bargaining agreement. There's no extra contract. It's part of it.
Mr. Levinstein.
So, just to make this clear, can I ask Mr. Shaw if it's something that does need to be 24 hours posted?
May I? So I believe that this was indicated with the name to be determined, so the public knew that this position would be filled, and because it is a covered position in a collective bargaining agreement, all of the terms and conditions of employment are already set by contract, and the salary would have been evident to the public, the 143, 148. So this is substantially compliant for board voting purposes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any further discussion on this item? Call the roll.
Roll call on 9.14. Ms. Thomasina Bello,
Yes.
Ms. Boucher,
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli,
Yes.
Ms. Burks,
Yes.
Mr. DeRay?
Yes.
Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Mr. Levenstein?
Yes.
Ms. Politi?
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello?
Yes.
Thank you. That concludes my items.
Thank you. Item 10, Assistant Superintendent of Finance. Ms. Gorin.
Thank you. The Finance Division has items 10.1 to 10.5 this evening for your consideration.
Thank you. Would any member like to separate any of these items? Ms. Bello?
10.1.
10.1. Anyone else? Get a motion and a second on 10.2 to 10.5?
So moved.
Any discussion on 10.2 to 10.5? Good.
Roll call, Mr. Bergarelli?
Yes.
Ms. Burks? Mr. DeRay?
Yes.
Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Mr. Levenstein?
Yes.
Ms. Politi?
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Thomasina Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Boucher?
Yes.
Thank you. Get a motion and a second on 10.1, please.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion on 10.1? Ms. Bello?
The claims audit report appears to be incomplete because it fails to show the legally required claim number, claimant name, specific amount approved for payment, and the appropriation amount and the fund. And there is no certifying signature on it. So I make a motion to table. Second.
We have a motion to table on the floor.
Motion and a second. Roll call to table 10.1. Ms. Burks?
No.
Mr. DeRay?
No.
Mr. Howard?
No.
Mr. Levenstein?
No.
Ms. Politi?
No.
Ms. Christine Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Thomasina Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Boucher?
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli?
Yes.
Motion to table fails.
Thank you. Further discussion on 10.1? Yes, sir.
To Mr. Shaw, are these allegations correct, what Ms. Bello just stated?
This resolution is to accept the claims report. It doesn't say to approve it. And the board should not approve a claims audit report. That accountability is in the claims auditor. The issue of the information presented by the claims auditor should be reviewed between the board and the claims auditor, and that could include a direction to give more information about this claims report for accountability purposes.
So to clarify where.
That was way over my head. Could you bring that down a little bit? I'm being honest.
The resolution is.
May I respond?
Yes, please.
So what failed to be attached here by the claims auditor in her submission to the district clerk, which is a direct relationship with the board, it does not come through my office, is the warrant reports that were reviewed as part of this report. That has become a customary component of her report that's submitted to the board for each month, and those items are not attached here this evening. Those items need to be supplementary sent to the district clerk. I have sent Ms. Friest an email and advised her of that so that she can get them to him tomorrow. Or, excuse me, she's in on Friday. She'll do that later this week.
Ms. Boucher.
So can I make a motion to table this item until next meeting?
Second.
I would just like the public to state, Ms. Bernice did supply those for me. I forgot to attach them. Ms. Bernice did supply the warrants to me as the clerk, and I forgot to attach them, ma'am.
May I speak? Yeah, well, the fact of the matter is, we should be able to see how the money is dispersed. And there are no check warrants at all. So that's why I asked to table it to the next meeting, and we can approve it then. We haven't had anything to review.
What's the essence of the timeline on this? What's the essence of the timeline?
There is a motion on the floor to table.
Okay.
Got a second on this? I did. Okay. Go with it.
Point of order, we're voting, got it. Ms. Burks?
Yes.
Mr. DeRay?
Yes.
Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Mr. Levenstein?
Yes.
Ms. Politi?
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Thomasina Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Boucher?
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli?
Yes.
That concludes my items.
I would just like to ask if we do find that in the future, Ms. Bernice is very good at providing the warrants. I apologize, I forgot them. In the future, I would just ask if you notice that the warrants are missing, please call before the meeting starts.
Thank you, sir.
That concludes your items? Okay, great. All right. Are you ready for me, Mr. President?
I am.
Okay. The Division of Curriculum and Instruction, Elementary, presents item 11.1 for your consideration.
Thank you. Get a motion and a second on 11.1, please.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion on 11.1?
Point of order, the same person moved and seconded, so who's?
I'll second it.
Thank you.
Do you need a second?
Well, we got that. You want to do the roll?
Yes, please.
Mr. DeRay?
Yes.
Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Mr. Levenstein?
Yes.
Ms. Politi?
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Thomasina Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Boucher?
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli?
Yes.
Ms. Burks?
Yes.
Thank you. Item 12, Dr. Soto.
Good evening. I present agenda items 12.1 and 12.2 for the board's consideration on consent.
Thank you. Would anybody like to separate out 12.1 or 12.2? Any discussion on 12.1 or 12.2? We'll vote on 12.1 and 12.2.
So moved.
We need a second.
Second.
Okay.
Roll call 12-1 to 12-2. Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Mr. Levenstein?
Yes.
Ms. Politi?
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello?
Yes.
Thomasina Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Boucher?
Abstain.
Mr. Bergarelli?
Yes.
Ms. Burks?
Yes.
Mr. DeRay?
Yes.
Thank you. That concludes my items. President DeRay, may I just clarify something that was mentioned earlier about bocce ball? I want to state that that is not off the table. I want to be very clear to the folks in this room and to our community that bocce ball is not off the table, okay? It is to be discussed further. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for clarifying that, Dr. Soto. I was very disheartened to hear the comment made about that, knowing that it was untrue, so thank you.
Okay, we're up to item 13. Mr. McGrath.
The Division of Exceptional Learners presents items 13.1 for the board's consideration on consent.
Thank you. Get a motion and a second.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion on 13.1?
Mr. Levenstein?
Yes.
Ms. Politi?
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello?
Yes.
Thomasina Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Boucher?
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli?
Yes.
Ms. Burks?
Yes.
Mr. DeRay?
Yes.
Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Thank you. This concludes my items.
Thank you, sir. We're up to item 14, which is a new item, public comment on agenda items. Anybody who would like to come forward on agenda items, you're offered 2 minutes and come to the podium. Okay, seeing no one come to the podium, we don't need executive session. Get a motion and a second to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Politi?
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello?
Yes.
Thomasina Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Boucher?
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli?
Yes.
Burks?
Yes.
Mr. DeRay?
Yes.
Mr. Howard? Mr. Levenstein?
Yes.